One. Hey, we're live. Back with everyone's favorite segment, I hope at least. Story time with Benji, as you can see from this beautiful banner below me. Yeah, we're going to be telling some stories today, some stories that interact with the nuggets of knowledge that you guys supply. So as per always, or as per the latest trends, I need three things from you. I need a character, an object, a location, and a name for our story, all of which come in from the lovely chat, not the chat on YouTube. If you're in YouTube, your comments will not be seen. You will not be part of crafting this masterpiece. You need to go to catalystvineyard.online.church to get stuck in and have your voice known in the chat room there. Okay, so again, I need for this story on the spot, we need a character, we need a location, we need an object, and we need a title for our story. So please, if you have any grand ideas, or even better, any terrible ideas, get in the chat room with some ideas. Object, skateboard. It's going in the notes. Josh, hopping in there with skateboard. We have our object. We need a place. We need a character. And we need a title. Keep them coming in. So currently we just have our object, which is a skateboard. Wow, skateboard is a great object as well. There's some great arcs going on here. Seaside, the seaside for our location. Lovely stuff. Seaside and skateboarding, they go together so well. Just such a harmonious marriage of the two things there. Right, seaside as the location. Skateboard as the object. We need a character and we need a title for this story. For some reason, the characters always end up being like animals, very Disney style. The Likely Lads. What? I'm confused, Bex. Oh, as a title. The Likely Lads. Okay, there we go. We'll see that, Bex. We'll see that. The Likely Lads. Dave Hall as the main character. One of our own. This has gone very well. I'm very excited about the directions this could take. Dave's keen. He's in the chat. He wants to be the star of the show. Claire saying, who's in tonight? Say hi. Say hi to us. If you are here watching, I can see there's 24 of you. So if I don't see 24 highs, I'm going to be absolutely raging. Okay. We have The Likely Lads is the title of this story. Our main character, the star of the show, Dave Hall. Rightly so, you know. The seaside is the setting. And the skateboard is a central object that's pulling us all together. And The Likely Lads, again, is our title. I couldn't remember what ones of those I'd said and had not. Okay. Seaside. Oh, wow. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful. It had never been done before. Never been done before. Never even tried. Crazy to even think that someone would give it a go. The bay to bay. Wow. You know how like the beaches kind of, they go out these man. Those of you who are studying geography, you really got to come in the chat and help me out here. I think they call it what, like headland on either side of the beach, and then there's like the bay. But then there's like the two bits stick up on either side, so it becomes like this U, where the sea meets land in this beautiful U. Well, he was going to do it. He was going to go from side to side, a total of 250 meters on his scattered board. And who I hear, who's going to be trying to make this jump? Dave Hall. He's there with his wee skateboard. And this is going to be a huge operation. The ramps are set. There's like a launch ramp on one side. That's kind of like it's a shot. It's sharp. It kind of to shoot right up, and then the landing ramp on the other side, a whole 150 meters over the fine North Sea, is more of like a casual slope, so that he doesn't get slammed coming in on the other side. He's not alone. He's got a team with him. He's joined by all 4 ex-members. Oh, we got some music going on here. Oh, we love that. We love that. Okay, back to the story. He's joined by all 4, I think there's 4 of them, members of One Direction, who are going to help him propel. I think they're a thing. I think they broke up, right? I don't know. Bex, you are, I feel like, my expert on all things 1D. But hop in the chat if you know. What's the current state of One Direction? The current state of One Direction is they're helping Dave make this jump. They broke up. They did break up. Well, they're still doing some things. They got some side hustle going. They're helping our very pastor set history. Oh my goodness, reunion on the cards. We gotta leave this drama behind. I'm getting distracted. And so there they are. They got like a bungee cord. Dave is like in the middle of the bungee cord. I'm on a roller chair right now, which is like perfect for this. They're kind of like on either side. He's got the bungee cord behind him, and they're gonna like run forward to the edge of the cliff and then like stop, and they'll like ping him forward. And I think he's gonna go for like the technique here is like an arms up, like launch the legs up, take it over the top. He's nervous. There's a crowd gathered below on the big old beach, right there, ready to cheer him on as he goes. And so the moment has come. There's probably about 4,000 people on the beach by the seaside. And it's time to roll up. I think Niall is at the front on one side. He's a big geezer. He's a gym lad. World's longest ollie. Yes, you're not wrong, Josh. Yeah, Niall's on one side and then Harry's on the other, because obviously I feel like they're the two most like hench. They're ripped, they're shredded, and they've been gymming up for this one. Yeah, so they're the guys really pulling the most mass on either side. Wow, need to be on the roller chair every week. So he's there. Dave kind of like leans back into it, sends his head all the way back. He's ready to be flung, and they start pounding the legs. All 4 of them, just pounding the legs, driving it. He's going faster and faster and faster and faster. He's maybe taken like 100-meter run up here. But halfway through the run up, he realizes that the run up was too long. He could see Niall's skinny little legs trying to give out. He's all arms, and he's got no legs. He's got no stamina. And so halfway through, they kind of start to slow down a bit. But it's okay. It's okay. They still have picked up enough speed so far that it seems like they're going to launch him far enough. And this long a jump was required to even come close to making the, I think, 250-meter gap we said. It's definitely doable, guys. It's definitely doable. And so everyone's favorite youth pastor is flung over the edge. They hit like right before the edge of the cliff. The boys of 1D put the brakes on, just like they did whenever they broke up. They put the brakes on fast and hard. And they send him propelling the kind of big kind of rubber band style thing, gives up a big poing, and he is flung forward, arms raised, leaping over to the other side. But before long, he notices that in the intense run-up, all of the kind of like nuts on the sides of the wheels have kind of fallen off, and so his wheels kind of like flick off to the sides. The crowd start cheering like this is an unbelievable feat. One of the little kids, like, you know how in baseball games, like catch the balls, and then they're like, "Wow, Dad." I don't know if that actually happens, but it happens in films, and films are real life. So one of the kids like grabs one of the wheels as it falls down. He's like, "Oh my gosh, Dad, look at this." But the dad looks up. We'll call him Father Tim. Looks up with a sad and concerned look on his face. this doesn't seem like it was going to be part of the plan. And so Dave's starting to panic. The wheels have fallen off, quite literally, his big jump, and he's in midair. He maybe has about 75 meters to go, and at this point, his kind of fling jump has kind of like rotated forward, and so he's kind of more like, we're gonna get up for the example. He's kind of more like this, rather than like styling it out back here. He's leant forward. He's tipping forward at an immense rate. And about 20 meters before the platform, he starts to go all the way. The legs rock fully forward. He stares down at the little boy, thinking that this might be one of his last few gasps of breath. Never been attempted before, and for good reason. And he sees the crowd below, and he thinks, if I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna do it in style. So he throws a few cheeky winks down at the crowd and gives it a little one of these, just styles it out. But before he kind of feels like he's just gonna hit the other side of the cliff, before that can happen, he's righted the ship. He's gone all the way over. He feels his legs kind of kick back over his head, and right the split second before he hits the casual slope ramp on the other side, he just squeezes the front wheel onto the edge and manages to kind of like, it's not a smooth landing. It doesn't look all fly. It doesn't just like casually stream down the other side, but just manages to cling onto it, dipping onto the nose for a split second before kicking out his back end into a cheeky wee power slide and dismounting. He did it. The crowd roars. The little kid like looks at his wheel and he's like, "This is the best day of my life, Dad." Whereas everyone thinks that he did the longest jump in skateboarding history, and he styled it out with a wee front flip. But he got away with one. And he looks back, and the One Direction boys know that, and they kind of look at him, and they give this kind of smug look of like, you did it, boy. Look at you fly." And "Look at You Fly" goes on to be the name of the One Direction comeback song. That's been our story. We did less than usual. We just did one. We have 60 seconds left. Thank you for being involved in telling it, in making it come to life. It's been ace. Going on this wee journey with you, as always. I love it. It's a good time. And let's get hyped, because Youth Online is about to begin. I'll see you in like 2 minutes. Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh boy.
I think
We here.
that might be our most intense
time countdown so far. Huge news. Welcome to Youth Online. We are really glad you're here. I am Bex. Who else is in the room?
It's me, Dave Hall. Hello.
Hey!
I was messing with a thing there, and that was a little bit crazy. That's pretty full on.
It's a little bit intense.
Very out there.
Maybe just go like that. Hello.
Hey, Dave.
I am Ben. Hello.
Hey.
It's good to be with you all again.
What a treat. We missed you last week. I hear the movie was phenomenally bad. I really hope you enjoyed that treat. But you've had 2 weeks, and I think in 2 weeks that means plenty of lockdown larks. Sadly,
yeah.
Oh boy.
The king of the lark himself cannot be with us tonight, but we felt it was only right to talk about larks all the same.
Keep his legacy going.
Well, somebody's got to.
Yeah.
If you've done something super fun in lockdown, or not even just fun, interesting, something unusual perhaps, pop it in the chat. We'll discuss the larks. Meanwhile, people in the room, has anyone had a good lark recently?
I don't know if it's well, I had a week off. That was really fun.
Hey,
top quality lark.
So we spent our week. This is something that no one will be able to relate to in this room, and probably not many people in the chat either. We spent our week potty training our child.
Wow! Cool. We just tried that as a lark.
No. It felt like lockdown, that's for sure. Like I didn't really know what you did. I thought you just told them go to the toilet. But what you have to do is you basically lock yourself in a single room with them all day. And then the next day you do the same, and then the same, and the same, and the same. So it was 5 straight days of pretty much being in one room with our son, just trying to, make him go to the toilet. So it was all right.
Nice. Sounds like a great time.
Less lark, more lockdown.
Well, yeah, look, let me just say one thing that was amazing, though. He watches TV, and he watches rubbish kid stuff. I've convinced him that my video games are a TV program that he will now ask for. So I'm so he asked for it because he thinks it's a program. It's great.
So that is a huge parenting mark.
That's a parenting hack right there.
That's a dub, yeah.
So that's me.
Let's see. Yeah, so far we have putting chipboard on my wall. That sounds massively productive and larking. Claire can definitely relate to the potty training larks.
Yeah.
And Sarah and Samuel celebrated Sarah's 13th birthday. That's huge.
Sarah.
Happy birthday, Sarah.
Great stuff.
Tell us what you got up to in your lockdown birthday.
Yeah.
Any hints and tips? Christine's been on a movie. She's watched Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and then Honey, I Blew Up the Kids.
Wait, Honey, I Blew Up the Kids. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
And that sounds more violent than shrinking them, to be honest.
That's crazy. Yeah.
That slightly concerns me. Probably don't try that out.
Yeah.
Cully's been gardening. Benji, what have you been up to? What's your lark?
I moved house or flat or whatever. I moved.
That's a milestone lark.
We're going to have to get in close for this one. Come on, Ben. Tell us all about it.
Oh, the angle change. Adds so much drama. Yeah. We're in a new place. I'm now streaming from a new bedroom, not the bedroom before. Yeah. We have an oven that works now. Life is good. Life is good.
Beautiful.
Yeah. That's about it, really.
Christine says it's about a crazy big toddler, Ben, if you want to check out
Crazy Big Toddler
film.
I can relate to that.
Phoebe's been taking pictures of ducks. Would love to see the evidence.
Wow.
Sarah and Samuel made pizza for Sarah's birthday, which just sounds like a lark any day of the week.
DIY
pizza. Well, a birthday
pizza. Make it the way that you like. Yes.
I am continuing my transition into being an old lady at age 26. and I started to learn to crochet this week. Huge news.
Honestly, in a month, you're going to be all the way there.
Blankets are coming soon.
We need
But
to
when
give
it
you
gets
like
cold,
an age every week that just steadily ramps up. Yeah.
I also think the hair is kind of adding to that this week. It's got quite old lady charm, I feel. Honestly, when next time we go away somewhere, like TTI weekend away, you'll all be cold and I'll have a crocheted blanket and the joke will be on all of you.
Wow. Bex, do you think you could like kind of make one, like, can you do pretty advanced patterns? Like on a DTI weekend, for example, could you like incorporate all of our faces into it? Like, what level are we
Some
talking
kind of
here?
like,
I think if we get a finished product, that will be a strong start, and we'll take it from there.
Beautiful.
We've had cakes. People have been loving the 80 cakey chat. We've had a youth entry. If you want to add to that youth entry, you have till midnight tonight, and realistically, you're going to be at youth till probably about 9 o'clock. So it's 9 till midnight is your baking window. So mad. Final lockdown larks. Suvi found a big duck family by the river. That's really fun. And Johnny and Ella got locked in the bathroom during lockdown. The lock failed, and I was stuck until my doctor attached a screwdriver to a very long moon band and threw it out the loft window to me. That's huge.
Wow.
That sounds like it could be dramatized.
Johnny should take my place as the host of Storytime.
I mean, he doesn't even have to make them up.
That's incredible. I know, just real life. Documentary style.
I think that was a good week of larks. I think we have done Clifty proud. I think he'll watch it back and feel like we did a good job.
There'll be a tear in his eye for sure.
Yeah, let's hope he's back next week to continue the lark madness.
Beautiful, beautiful. I've got a little bit of an update to share if that's all right. So
please do.
See you, larks. So we, if you don't know already, as a youth group, we support a charity called Kids Club Kampala, who work in Uganda and do amazing work, basically rescuing children who are in the most horrendous situations. Many of them don't have families, are either abandoned or just in situations where they need to they basically need to be rescued from the situations they're in. And we sponsor a child called Samuel Jr., sometimes called Samuel, sometimes called Junior. He likes to keep us on our toes, and he throws in different names. I don't know if it's Samuel Jr. or Samuel Jr., but I love that he just like mixes it up. But this guy's
Maybe
great.
That's his lark.
I think so. I think that's what it is. But this guy is such a legend, and we got like a little update. I'm just going to put it on the screen now. I think we're going to disappear, but you guys will see it. There we go. So that's Samuel there. This was taken very recently. He's in P7, and he's doing well. He's doing well in his classes. His health is good. And basically, just a little update. He's staying at the Uwafe home, which is basically the kind of center where these kids are rescued, and they are trying to basically get in touch with Samuel's family. So he's been disconnected from them, but he's doing really, really well. He's written a letter. I don't know if you'll be able to read that. It's pretty small text, but shall I read it out? I'm gonna read it.
Go on.
Yeah.
So he says encounter because that's what we used to be called. But read Catalyst Youth. He says, I think you're feeling well. Happy time to talk to you. I love you so much. How is your family? Me, my father as well. I miss you so much, and I think you are missing me. I've learned to have good behavior and how to respect elders. Not you, Bex.
No, I was hopeful.
The weather now is sunny in our country, Uganda. What is the weather like in your country? I enjoy learning and playing football. Thank you for the support you've given me from when I started learning. I'm praying for you so that you may get money. Thank you for everything you have given me. I've learned about the heart because the heart pumps blood to all body parts because it has made you still alive so that you can continue taking care of me. May the Lord walk with you wherever you go. May the Lord bless you. Thank you, from Samuel. And it's just really lovely. Like there's a bunch of letters that Samuel has written us as a youth group, just kind of checking in, saying hi. And we would love actually to connect with Samuel and send him some send him a letter back. We would absolutely love that. So what we would love actually is if you guys would be willing to just one thing Samuel loves to do is draw pictures. And you could just do something like just draw him a little sketch and say, hey, Samuel, thinking about you, and like just draw him a little picture. He's well into his art. That could be a really lovely thing to do. But we're going to continue supporting him because, well, I was going to say because he's a legend. That's not why we're supporting him. But he is such a lovely guy, and it's a joy to be able to support him. So thank you for everyone who's given money in the past to support Samuel. But yeah, if you want to connect with him and send us some wee pictures through, I think that'd be a really sweet thing to do. Just a little message saying, hey, Samuel, thanks for your letter to us. We're praying for you, mate. We love you. Something like that. I think that would really bless him.
And where would we send those pictures and notes, Dave?
So I think what I was going to say was like, oh, you can do them digitally and like take a picture or scan them. But I think it's nice to have like a physical thing. So I think what we should do is post them to the church address, which then that means that we'll all be able to get them here. So we'll put that in the public chat in a minute, and we'll put it on social media as well. But we'd love it if you would just post a little thing to the church, and then we can collate all that stuff, send it to Samuel. That'd really bless him because he's in lockdown at the minute as well, and he'd love that. Cool.
Ace. Sounds awesome. We are now going to move on to a game, which Benji, you are going to bring the hype, bring the game. What are we up to? This
week, we are playing a game that I've just decided to affectionately call Guess the Flick. Guess the Flick. So, we've done a lot of drawing games. We're going to do one more. Each of us are going to screen share a wee lovely paint drawing of a film. And you have to guess, or that represents that film. And you have to guess in the chat what film that is. All three of us are going to have a pop. And then it's going to be in typical fashion. There's going to be like the two preliminary rounds. And then there's going to be the final between the two winners of the first two rounds. All clear?
All clear. I should mention as well the prize.
Oh, yeah. I was going to ask you, what's the prize?
So last week, or last time we met, it was a kilo of pick and mix. And a lot of people were keen for that. So we thought, let's give you another chance to win that. Ariana was the winner last time. Good job. But it could be yours. A kilo of pick and mix delivered to your door.
Kilo. That's a lot.
That's a lot. That'll keep you going a long time.
You'll be picking
or you could eat all in one go and just go mad.
Right. Who's ready to go first? I'm going to say Bex is ready to go first. Bex.
I'm going to share the screen. Oh, it's giving me some tips. Don't show me.
Guys,
don't worry about them.
Get in the chat. You want to get your suggestions in if you want to grab that pick and mix.
What is the flick?
It helps when Bex can share the right place. That's a good start. Which is not well.
Guys, we know what we are doing.
I'm panicked and I had to close
the last time that we did one of these, one of the like drawing games, it was on Zoom. So we're getting used to the new platform, the live stream way of working. So just whilst Bex,
does this help?
There we go.
Oh. Yeah.
Have we got it? Can you see it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, class. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, Bex.
Man, that was so stressful.
Okay, Bex, have you got your film?
I've got my film.
2, 1, go.
Ooh.
That's a big old clue.
The whole thing, right?
Sherlock, no.
Well, yeah, the whole thing is a clue. Oh, this isn't great. I would say it's trickier to get a good old shape on this one. I do not feel in control of my mouth.
I have no idea what's going on.
So I would focus on this bit of the screen. This is like a bit that I feel confident about. And then the rest is really just adding to that. Oh no, that's gone horribly wrong. Oh,
Control Z.
Z.
You got it.
Exactly. It's hard to get a good old round shape in this one. Is what I would pre-warn you before you pick your film. I've just got a WhatsApp through from Lizzie saying excellent work, so thank you for that. Like, I appreciate that support.
I have no idea what this is.
Should we be being more encouraging right now? Is that what prompted?
I would say,
come on.
Lizzie is
Yeah,
saying that
you
is
got us a
awesome.
masterpiece.
She said, can I buy this image and frame it? Of course you can. And then there's like a wee... Oh, nearly gave you a big clue there.
Oh, no clues, please.
No.
I think
I
I'm
know.
on this. I'm on this. The detail is incredible.
Just you wait till your screen sharing.
I mean, that could only be one character, couldn't it?
I think it's clear.
Yep.
I mean, it's gone mad in the chat. Loads of people know it. Some people thought it was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and some people thought it was the Smurfs.
Yeah.
But the first person to get it was Samuel and Sarah.
Oh,
well done.
Gonna stop sharing that. It was up.
Hands up if you cried during the start.
Yeah, I mean, I was feeling emotional just drawing
tears
it.
dropped. Big time tears dropped. Sarah and Samuel, you've earned your way into the final. You can sit this next round out, and this next round will be brought to you by Dave Hall.
Okay.
Come on, Dave.
So I'm my screen sharing computer's over there, so I might pop out of frame. Oh, actually, maybe I can do this.
We're going on a journey.
Yeah, you can see
from
me.
one desk to another.
You might not be able to hear me. Okay. Share screen.
I hope your artistic journey goes better than mine did.
We already have our first finalist.
Oh, he's a professional. That's why they pay him the
This is so legit.
Absolutely.
Okay, Dave. Are you ready to go?
I think we'll see how
all right. We got 3, 2, 1. Let's be having you. Not gonna lie, Bex, that circle is a lot nicer than what you provided. You slagged off this.
I'm waiting for an encouraging WhatsApp.
Well, I did not feel encouraged by you, so
this red dot is.
This is a lovely red circle, though.
So far, but
what's going on here? Oh, this is when we find out like who's actually artistically talented.
I know, this is really good.
In that,
this is so good.
This is
a really. That drawing is so good.
Oh no!
Ah!
Oh no!
Control Z.
All right, okay, there we go.
Oh my word!
Okay, so you see what that is, right? Okay, and then
yeah, this is clear as day.
The quality is going to take a hard drop next round.
In fairness, Lizzie, I think if you want to frame a picture, I would frame this one.
We have a few different space-based film suggestions.
But are any of them right? We don't know.
Who knows? Only Dave, the man behind the drawing.
Only me. The correct answer, and there is a correct answer. What have we got? We've got Gravity, Apollo, Armageddon, The Marion. Don't know what that is. Sleeping Beauty, Up. Oh no, that's the old one. All right. The correct answer is The Martian. Josh J.
Woo!
I mean, you can see that little guy there is definitely Matt Damon. Right.
Oh, the likeness is incredible.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I did really enjoy Talus's guess of that guy where a film gets abandoned.
I was literally about to shout that out as my favorite.
It's accurate.
Oh, I didn't see that.
That film where a guy gets abandoned on Mars.
Oh.
Talus, you're not winning anything but our respect.
Tip of your tongue. Oh, gutted.
That's my favorite guess.
Oh my word. We've got a final, right?
Okay, so we have Sarah and Samuel versus who won that last round? Josh. Okay, let me try share the screen. Share screen.
It can be quite tricky, just FYI.
Select window or screen. Entire screen. Allow. Okay.
You got this. Is it
This
there?
screen? Is it working?
I can't
I'm not seeing it.
Oh, no, it's telling me to try capture a different screen.
Oh. Again, the tension. This is building for the final.
Ben knows how to run a good game.
Oh yeah, I mean the guy could have done this minutes ago, but he's just letting it.
And like this? Is this working? It's not working.
It's
I don't know
not
how to
working.
share the screen.
I went for application window, if that helps you, and then paint.
I don't even see application window. I just see StreamYard and an entire screen.
You can do it, Ben.
I might have to send one of you to go again. I can't get on this. Like,
Okay.
I don't know what's going on.
Who are
Absolute disaster.
Who's your
I want to see another Bex drawing.
I knew you were going to say
This one was
that.
too professional. It was too professional. Sorry, guys. I've let the side down. I
I need
tried.
to think of another film. Okay, I'm feeling confident. Can I share the screen again? Is another question.
Got this.
Wow, Josh is getting some heavy support in the chat. Bex. Okay, the
Oh,
finalists.
sorry.
Everyone
Got
else.
carried away.
Oh, that's okay. We spoiler there. You guys can hang on to that for a second, but just remember, no one else be in the chat with your answers. We are hearing from Sarah and Samuel and Josh for the final. 1 kilogram of sweets on the line. Bex, go.
Huge. I can't draw a circle. It's what we've learned. Right, we're gonna start this again.
It looks like a circle that's been stood on.
Lizzie, get on WhatsApp.
This isn't actually as easy as I thought it would be. Just a spoiler there.
It's a very. Oh wow! What is going on?
Oh.
So this is like key. And then I don't really know how I'm gonna draw the other bit.
Okay.
Right.
I see this. I see
Do you
this.
see the logic here? I'm not sure I do.
I see it. I mean, the hand or toe or whatever. Like the what is? I don't know what that is.
It's a abstract interpretation of a hand.
Nice.
Okay.
We've still not seen any entrance.
Oh gosh. Okay. I'm gonna draw a big old like. I'm gonna draw a key location in this film. Good luck, everyone.
I love John's suggestion in the chat of toes. It's just
I know. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
There's definitely toes.
What would the plot be to toes?
I don't know if I want to know.
Very odd. Very odd.
And then it's been a long time since I've seen this film. That's how I'm gonna reason this.
We've got a suggestion.
We have the entry from
huge.
Sarah and Samuel.
Sarah and Samuel, thank you so much for stopping that torture. It is indeed the Lord of the Rings. So
Sarah and Samuel.
This is a ring.
Explain it. Yeah.
This is king or lord. This is a ring on a hand, in case this wasn't clear that this was a ring. And
I'm not sure it's clear that it's a hand. I'm not questioning the ring. I'm questioning the hand.
I'm questioning a lot right now. And this is Mordor.
Yes.
Wouldn't you love it if the Lord of the Rings was like it was just as it was, except he had to put the ring on his foot?
It's like it's a toe ring. It's a toe ring. Is that a thing that exists? Do people wear rings on their toes?
I mean,
yeah,
I believe it is. And also, you think about how quickly Frodo would have to pull off all his socks if he had to put the ring on. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm thinking about right now. My mind's on the socks.
Yeah, if anybody wants pieces commissioned for them, I'm totally happy to do that.
Yeah.
Hit me up.
So Sarah and Samuel, congratulations. You will receive your whole entire kilogram of pick and mix. Josh is saying, I've been in the finals 5 times and never won. Mate, it's coming.
One
It's
day.
coming. I believe.
Lizzie
Next
actually
year is
just
going to be your year.
fact checked me and told me that Frodo doesn't wear socks because, of course, he has hairy feet. So,
Yeah.
Lizzie, thanks for the encouragement and also the fact checking. We all need a friend like you in our lives.
Really adding an air of legitimacy to us.
Somebody's got to. Thank you so much for that game, Ben. That was super fun. Also, Sarah and Samuel, you got both of mine right. So clearly you have some sort of understanding of how my mind is working. Well done. We are going to move into a time of worship now. This is a time where we can come before God. We can be real with him. We can sing songs to him, but we can also just open up and tell him how we're feeling. We'd really encourage you in this time not to be distracted. It's so easy at the moment to like have your phone while you do something else, but just in this time, I'd really encourage you to slow down, still yourself, maybe close your eyes if that's helpful. I'm just going to pray for us, and then Dave is going to lead us in a time of worship. So God, we just thank you for tonight. We thank you that we can still meet even when we're not physically together. And God, we just pray that you would be so present in this time of worship and that each of us would meet with you now. Amen.
Amen. Let the king of my heart be the mountain where I run, the fountain I drink from. Oh, he is my song. Let the king of my heart be the shadow where I hide, the ransom for my life. Oh, he is my song. As you are good. Good. Oh, you are good, good. Oh, let the king of my heart be the wind inside my sails, the anchor in the waves. Oh, he is my song. Let the king of my heart be the fire inside my veins, the echo of my days. Oh, he is my song. You are good, good. Oh, you are good, good. Oh, you are good. You're good. Oh, you are good, good. Oh, you're never gonna let me down. 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 You are good, good. Oh, you are good, good. Oh, you are good, good. Oh. are good, good. Oh, you're so good to us. In it all, Lord, in the seasons that are hard, still you are good. Always good. Always good. You're always good. You are good. Oh, you are good. So good. So good. Who am I that the highest King will welcome me? I was lost, but he brought me. Oh, his love for me. Oh, his love for me. Who the Son sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am. Free at last, he has ransomed me. His grace runs deep. And while I was a slave to sin, Jesus died for me. Yes, he died for me. Who the Son sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am. In my Father's house, there's a place for me. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am. I am chosen, not forsaken. I am who you say I am. You are for me, not against me. I am who you say I am. Oh, I am chosen, not forsaken. I am who you say I am. 'Cause you are for me, not against me. I am who you say I am. Oh, I am who you say I am. Who the Son sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am. In my Father's house, there's a place for me. I'm a child of God. I'm a child of God. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am. Who I am, who you've made me to be, Lord. Made to be yours, Lord.
God, we just thank you for your love for us. We thank you for that. We don't want to take that for granted, God, but we just want to adore you for everything you are. We want to be yours. We want to live fully with you. We want to live fully for you, God. And yeah, I just pray that you would be just with us as we just continue with what we've got planned tonight, God. I just pray that you would be seeping into all of its corners and filling us up with your Spirit tonight. Amen.
Amen. Thanks so much for leading us, Dave. That was such a sweet time of worship. We are going to go into the part of the night where we open the Bible and we look at whatever God wants to say to us that week. This week, we are going to be watching a video from our friends across the pond at Think Orange. So prepare yourself. There may be some Americanisms, but it's such good stuff. It is an old fan favorite this week. Oh, wee spoiler there. But we are going to be continuing at looking at this idea of influence. And I don't know if you've heard, but like this Sunday just been, I think, if I'm right, was Pentecost Sunday. And basically in that moment, there was these people who formed the really early church, and they were just normal people, and their whole lives turned upside down. So we're going to watch a wee video that tells us a bit more about that. Ben, do you want to pray for us as we go into that video?
Yeah. God, I thank you that we get to delight in this talk from our stateside friends, and I just pray that we would learn from it, we would be impacted by it, and that we would meet you through it. Amen.
Amen.
What's interesting is that so many famous quotes can make you and I feel like our impact on the world, like it has to be humongous. And if it's not, it doesn't really make a difference at all. Quotes like this: the ones who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones that do. That's a quote by Steve Jobs. Or this quote: somewhere inside all of us is the power to change the world. Or this quote: we can change the world and make it a better place. It is in your hands to make a difference. Nelson Mandela. Nothing wrong with these quotes. They're super inspirational. But sometimes we feel like if we're going to have an effect on others, it has to be big and it has to be world changing. And this has the potential to leave us overwhelmed and sometimes just discouraged, because we think, like, who am I to change the world? Or we think that we have to change the world in order for our lives to matter. Like anything less than a massive movement of change would be a total disappointment. In other words, you start thinking the you effect has to be big in order to be legitimate, which brings us to the passage we're going to look at today. This account is about people who had an effect that was so big that it did, in fact, change the world. And there's a book in the New Testament of the Bible called Acts. And believe it or not, each of us have been affected by the events that were recorded in that book. Acts recorded the actions, get it, Acts for actions, that the first followers of Jesus took. And there's a powerful moment that happened when these early followers of Jesus were gathered together. It's called Pentecost. The Spirit of God showed up in what was described as a violent wind. And the people began worshiping God in a big way. And the people who witnessed this were confused. They were like, okay, like what in the world is going on here? In fact, some of them thought that the followers of Jesus were actually drunk. And Peter, one of Jesus' disciples, stood up and explained, hey y'all, we're not drunk at all. And he took the opportunity to talk about Jesus in that moment. And after Peter preached a powerful message about who Jesus was and what Jesus was about, look at what happened next. When the people heard this, they were cut to the heart and said to Peter and the other apostles, brothers, what shall we do? Peter replied, repent and be baptized, every one of you, in the name of Jesus Christ for the forgiveness of your sins. And you will receive the gift of the Holy Spirit. The promise is for you and your children and for all who are far off, for all whom the Lord our God will call. With many other words, he warned them and he pleaded with them, save yourselves from this corrupt generation. Those who accepted his message were baptized, and about 3,000 were added to their number that day. And this is the kind of influence we all love to have on the world, right? This is what we think about when we talk about influence, something that will change the masses, will change thousands of people. But what's interesting is what happens next. These new followers of Jesus didn't walk away, tell Peter, hey man, great sermon, then go back to minding their own business. Listen to this. They devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching and to fellowship, to the breaking of bread and to prayer. Everyone was filled with awe at the many wonders and signs performed by the apostles. All the believers were together and had everything in common. They sold property and possessions to give to anyone who had need. Every day they continued to meet together in the temple courts. They broke bread in their homes and ate together with glad and sincere hearts, praising God and enjoying the favor of all the people. And the Lord added to their number daily those who were being saved. And these were the people that made up the early church. In fact, they didn't even use the word church back then. They were known instead as a gathering of people with a shared cause. They didn't know that a couple thousand years later, we'd be sitting here reading about them, talking about them, learning from them. They weren't seeking to start a big movement, get a bunch of Instagram followers, and become known as influencers. They were simply people whose lives had been transformed by the life-changing truth of Jesus. They were changed people who had been transformed by the big love of Jesus. And because of that, something big happened in their lives that influenced each of them. But it was the small steps they took that gave them influence. They devoted themselves to helping each other. They gave to people in need. They worshiped God together and prayed for each other. They were focused on the people, not the movement they were building, not the organization they were growing, not the followers they were hoping to impress. They simply loved, served, and cared about the community they were in. And think of it this way. Having a big effect starts with a small step. Having a big effect starts with just a small step. Now, sure, the violent win and the sermon from Peter kickstarted the whole thing, right? But the reason why the Lord added to their number daily was because of small sacrificial acts of love, kindness, and compassion. This is what the early church was built on, and this is why it grew and sustained despite a lot of opposition. Like, just think about, can you imagine some of the fears these people may have dealt with? Like, if I sell my stuff to help others, what if I don't have enough for myself? What if people don't notice, appreciate, or care about my sacrifice? What if I do all these little steps and it doesn't seem to make a difference in anybody else's life? But they didn't think that way. Or if they did, they didn't let it stop them from doing what they knew they needed to do. It's astonishing how selfless this group of people were. Despite the fear they may have had, the natural fear that we would all have, how did they do it? Well, they were motivated by the love of Jesus. As they realized just how big the love of Jesus was for each of them personally, they were content to take the next small step of extending that love towards each other. In other words, as they understood the heart of Jesus towards the people around them, they developed a bigger heart for the people around them. See, having a big effect starts with a small step. It starts with love. But how do we get started? Well, I think that we ought to just start the same place the early church did, with what's around us. Like, start by looking around. See the people. See the relationships. See the community God has placed in your life. Like, what are the needs that you see? Recognize that having an effect starts here. You and I cannot affect other people if we don't see them. So we need to think small. Does your little brother need someone to teach him how to play baseball or basketball or whatever sport you may know how to play? Do you have a friend that struggles in a particular class that you could help him or her in? Could you offer to babysit your siblings and maybe even do the laundry for your mom? Is there a local Little League or Boys and Girls Club or after school program where you could volunteer? Just, hey, start small. And second is be honest with yourself. Like, what is holding you back from taking a step and meeting needs around you? Is it fear? Are you disinterested? Is it feeling like you want to do something so much bigger than that, something that matters more than the world right in front of you? See if you can put words around what's holding you back. And then third is take a step. Just take a step, a small step to meet a need that you see. Don't let the idea of, oh, this step is too small or too insignificant. Don't let that keep you from doing what only you can do. The you effect is about caring for others, whoever they are, wherever they are. So start where you are. Don't make it complicated. Just get moving, a small step. Whether we feel like it or not, we all affect the people in the world around us. We have the potential to affect outcomes and situations around us every day. So when you wake up in the morning and you see your mom or brother for the first time, you have the ability to impact the way their day will start, which in turn could affect their entire day. You have the ability to encourage your best friend when he or she is having a bad day. You affect people on a daily basis, and your effect is more significant than you think. So do not count yourself out. It all starts with love. All of it starts with love, which is both the biggest and the smallest step of them all.
Sweet. Good old Ben giving us some excellent truth there. Every week when we're watching a video like that, we just spend a little bit of time asking God if there is stuff that he wants to say to us as a group. We still believe that God wants to meet with us, say things to us, and to really break into our life. So guys, when you were watching that, did you feel like God was saying anything to you?
I just felt like the whole thing of like, you know, that this group of people, you know, loving each other, doing all this amazing stuff and having this impact. Like, I just feel like maybe for some people hearing that, the thing that kind of stands out to you is you just think, oh man, I would love to have that. Like, I would love to have a group of people that I was a part of, a community that I was part of, where I don't know, I just felt like it was real deep relationships, and I just knew I was really a part of that. Youth can 100% be that place for you. We want it to be that place for you. But if today, right now, you're just feeling like, do you know what, I don't feel like I'm in that place, then we would love to pray with you about that, because just for God to come in and draw those friendships around you and that community around you. We'd love to pray for that.
Ace. I just felt a couple of things. I felt like for some people, maybe when he was saying take a step, you just feel like, I can't even take a tiny step right now. It's just too much. And almost putting pressure on yourself, and just that Jesus doesn't want you to feel like that. I just had a real sense that Jesus was saying, I don't love you for what you do, but I want to hear about how you're doing. And it could just be a really sweet opportunity to start that conversation with God tonight, and just to be like, look, this is where I'm at. This is how I'm feeling. Like, I found this hard, or this thing is really tough. And that he's crying out to hear that. And I also just felt like there was maybe someone or a couple of people who had an idea or a dream, and I kind of felt like it might be about to do with kind of friends and loneliness, but it might be something else. But just that in that God is encouraging you in that, and that is a thing that he has put on your heart for a reason, and that maybe that's a step for you to take.
Nice.
Sweet.
And I didn't really feel like I heard anything, and that's okay. But yeah,
that's okay as well.
Lovely.
We are just going to move into a little bit of response time now. So in this time, we just take a wee minute to wait on the Lord, and to see if he wants to say anything else to us. Also in that time, you can click the button to ask for live prayer, and one of our leaders would love to just chat through that and pray with you about that. Also, if you're here and you have not had the opportunity to become a Christian, maybe you're thinking, oh man, that whole community thing sounds a bit mad. Like, why would people do that? We would just love to take an opportunity to invite Jesus into your heart, if that's what you want to do. So I'm going to pray that prayer. You can pray it along if that's what you want. And then if you feel like, yep, I want to commit my life to Jesus, a little button will come up that you can press that to say, yeah, I'm there, I'm up for it. Then I'm very quickly going to explain what happens next. And then at the same time, you can receive prayer. Does that make sense? Cool. So if you would like to become a Christian in your own heart or out loud, you can pray this prayer. Dear God, thank you for the way you love me. Thank you for all you've done for me. Thank you for choosing to die on the cross for my sins. God, I'm sorry for all the things that I've done wrong. and I choose to accept your forgiveness now. Jesus, I welcome you into my life. Amen.
Amen.
At 8 o'clock, a link in the Discord chat will go up that you can click on, a Zoom link. There you'll be taken into a big chat. We'll hang out for maybe 5-10 minutes, and then we'll break out into our smaller pods where we'll discuss this stuff a little bit more. So we are going to officially say goodbye, and then for the next 10 minutes, there'll just be an opportunity for you to wait on God, to ask for prayer, and then we will see you on the Zoom chat. So we're going to say goodbye now, but please do hang about and get some prayer if that's what you'd like.
See you later, guys.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
There we go. Just so aware in this moment, actually, that God wants to meet us. And just while you're sitting there, I just really encourage you to just have that posture of kind of being open to whatever it is that He wants to say, whatever it is He wants to do. And I'm just thinking about maybe if there's people who kind of connect with that thing of just feeling lonely right now, feeling like they're not part of community, or there's not those deep relationships in place. Just let God into that space. If you feel hurt right now, if you feel alone, if you feel disappointed, don't just hold on to that. Just take those feelings and just say like, okay, Jesus, you can have these. I'm going to be open. I'm going to be vulnerable. I'm going to let you into this space. And just ask him to come and meet you there. Holy Spirit, we just welcome you now. Lord, we ask that you draw us to deep friendships to those around us. And you'd meet us in that place of loneliness. Amen.